Hello everybody, so welcome to the final day of Star Trek Timber 2016. So let's begin things off with the Savage Curatin. The Federation Starship Enterprise arrives at the volcanic planet of Excalibur to conduct a geological survey. Sensors curiously pick up the presence of carbon-based life on the surface, which Science Officer Spock deems impossible owing to Excalibur's extreme volcanism. Suddenly, the Enterprise receives a friendly greeting. Before a stunned bridge crew, the image of a seated Abraham Lincoln appears, drifting toward them on the view screen. Spock indicates that the figure cannot possibly be the real president, and that whoever is on the planet demonstrates the advanced ability to read minds and manipulate matter. Regardless of the true identity of the being, Kirk extends full presidential honors to the former leader of the United States as he transports aboard the ship. The president appears to be human, claiming to be all too human. Lincoln has no knowledge of technology past the 19th century, but he is curiously familiar with the Vulcan philosophy of Nam, meaning all. Lincoln invites Kirk and Spock to accompany him down to the planet. Kirk accepts, despite objections from Chief Medical Officer Dr. McCoy and Chief Engineer Scott. Lincoln assures them by showing a patch of Earth-like vegetation on the planet and informing them that they will be perfectly safe. On the planet, Kirk and Spock discover that their tricorders and phasers did not transport with them. They then encounter a Vulcan named Surak, the father of Vulcan civilization. Spock does not believe the Surak is real and accordingly refers to him as the image of Surak. Nearby, a boulder changes a rock-like being form into a rock-like being with clawed hands and several glowing eyes atop a bulbous head. The alien, named Yarnek, announces that the inhabitants of the planet wish to conduct an experiment to determine which opposing human philosophy is stronger, good or evil. The inhabitants of the planet, as well as the crew of the Enterprise, will be able to witness the drama but will not be allowed to interfere. The test will be a simple one: survival. Kirk tries to grab the alien, but he withdraws in pain after the alien reminds him of the planet's lava-nuous nature, which the creature is obviously created and or part of. The alien then introduces four more beings. Earth warlord Colonel Green, who led a genocidal war during the 21st century, Klingon Kalis, who spawned the Klingon Empire, a pharaoh-looking woman named Zora, who conducted brutal experiments on the primitive tribes of Tiburon, and Earth barbarian Genghis Khan. The aliens then pit Kirk, Spock, Lincoln, and Zurg against Green, Kalis, Zora, and Genghis in a fight to the death. Colonel Green, notorious for attacking his enemies while in the midst of negotiations, starts the battle by offering Kirk a truce, stating that they should not fight for the amusement of the Excalibians. Meanwhile, Green's associates secretly ready an attack. Familiar with Green's treachery, Kirk and his companions are prepared for the surprise attack. They manage to fend off their opponents and make a run for cover. Kirk protests the experiment and refuses to continue the battle. The Excalibians offer an incentive to fight by threatening to destroy the Enterprise in 4 hours if Kirk does not comply. Without another choice, Kirk and the others plan strategies and begin to manufacture spears. After another round of savage rock tossing and spear throwing, Sark chooses against further hostilities as his position is one of peace. Spock says that he will fight alongside Kirk, but also urges Kirk that Sark attempt a negotiation. Sark plans to negotiate despite Kirk's warnings that they cannot be trusted. Sark surmises that perhaps their belief in peace is being tested. Sark makes his way to the enemy camp to talk while Kirk and Lincoln continue planning their strategy. A moment later, a scream of pain is heard in the distance, followed by Sark shouting for Spock's help. Green tries to lure Kirk from hiding by taunting him about Sark's need for assistance. Spock believes it is a trick, saying a Vulcan will not cry out so. Lincoln offers to sneak around and free Sark while Kirk and Spock cover him. When Lincoln arrives, he finds Sark dead and discovers Kalis' uncanny ability to mimic voices. Kirk waits impatiently for Lincoln to return and runs toward him when he finally appears. Lincoln shouts a warning not to come any closer and that the enemy is planning a trap. Lincoln then collapses dead with a spear in his back. Angered, Kirk vows to finish the battle and engages the enemy head-on. Kirk and Spock easily defeat them one at a time, and when Green is killed, the others panic and flee for their lives. With the fight over, Excalibian reappears and announces that while evil retreats when confronted with force, there is no great difference between the two philosophies. At this point, Kirk states that the representatives of evil were motivated by a desire for power, the good to protect the members of the Enterprise crew, implying it's not the methods but the ends that distinguish good and evil. The aliens conclude their experiment and allow Kirk and Spock to return to the Enterprise. Well, that's good at least. Anyway, let's look at the production elements of this story, shall we? costume created for Colonel Philip Green was thought to have been recycled later as Morg's red spacesuit, but with a right triangle, on both Happy Days and Mork and Mindy. Nanu. So yeah, that's pretty interesting, huh? Well, overall, I give the Savage Curatin 3 warp cores out of 5. Well, join me a little bit as we remember all our yesterdays. So, until then, live long and prosper, everybody.